Hello viewers, my name is Cecilia and I have Lydia here. Lydia, say hi.
Hi, good people.
Welcome to my channel, and today I have my guest here, Lydia, and she's going to tell us about her story. But before we go beyond that, or before we begin her story, please like my video, share, comment, please subscribe to my video, please, and support me. Yeah, welcome Lydia.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
My name is Lydia. I am saved. God is. God saved me from all the prison I was in, and I thank Him because I have struggled with the addictions. I have struggled with child trauma. You can imagine the struggles that I had to overcome, but God is so gracious. He have made me see 2021, and it is not easy. It is not by my mind. It is not by my power, but because of His power, because of His goodness in my life. So I want to begin. First of all, I need to begin where I was raised. I was raised like a girl who feared God.
Wow.
We used to go to church.
Mm-hmm.
We used to serve in the Lord's house.
Wow.
We used to. I used to give. I was a youth leader myself. In school, I was inside Christian Union.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow along the way, everything became a mess. And
What do you mean somehow along the way became a mess? I mean, some things became a mess. So, can you please try and guide us through all that so that we can get to that story?
yes, what I want to say about my life is that I was this girl in my family where I was a firstborn. And my mommy and daddy, they had struggled to work things out, but it was, it couldn't work.
Yeah.
So mommy was the one who was struggling with us for the time that I came to know myself.
Wow.
She used to work for us. She used to educate us. To educate us. She used to feed us, and it was not easy. It was not easy.
By that time, your dad, where was your dad? Or maybe was there any support from your dad? Or what
My
happened?
dad was still supporting us, yes, but my dad was like, she never wanted to include himself in the family. He was like, one leg is in the family and another is out. So he wanted attention of other people.
Yeah.
So he was like feeding other people and neglecting his family. So my mommy, they never communicated. There were no understanding in my family. And I remember we were 9 of us, but my brother died along the way. So right now we are 8 of us. But me, I am the biggest girl in the family. So I used to do a lot of the things in the family because I'm the first girl. I used to know the struggles of my mom. I also knew right now I'm like, because right now I'm an adult. I have known the struggle that mommy went through.
Yeah.
And it became like a generational curse or a generational pattern, because my mom was the firstborn of the family, of her family. And she was like, she was married, not because she wanted to be married, but one reason or another, she was married. So it was not her decision.
So your mom was a single mother?
She was not a single mother. She is married, but my daddy, they were not communicating. Yes, they are married to home, but my dad is not helping the way he's supposed to help. You know, he's not being a father or a husband to my mom.
I mean, sorry to ask this.
Yes.
As in, your father was living the same house with your mom?
No, at that time my daddy used to live in Nairobi. He was working in Nairobi, but my mom is in Shags, you know, in Shags.
Yeah, I get it.
So I grew with fear because the environment that I was brought in, you are not supposed to even to dance. Like if there is a dance, you hear a song, you like the song.
Yeah.
You will not dance because they will say if you dance to that song, those people are evil. They are evil people.
Yeah.
Like they used to judge people.
Wow.
So I was brought up in an environment where there was people judging others, and you judge yourself.
Wow.
You cannot let out your flaws because you don't want people to know who you really are. So at the same time, I did not know my flaws. I did not know my strength. So I lived in that jail, in that prison, even when I was a teenager, even when I was in the church. Still I was serving God, but I never knew me. I never discovered myself. Like I never knew even what I wanted in life. Because I thought, like now I know that I never had someone to guide me through all those things. You know, things that make you alive in life. Yeah.
Okay. Now, tell us what happened next.
So when I became a teenager, I went to secondary school. By the way, it was a struggle for my mother because she had to go even beg the principal of the school so that I can go to school. And she worked a lot harder than most of the parents. She was always there for us, but mentally, even her, she was struggling. She was bitter with unforgiveness. And that's why I am here, because I want to touch the lessons of forgiveness, for hurting, and what you can do to heal, so that you can heal others.
Yeah, to someone who is watching us, maybe you are there, you are hurting inside you, but you don't have the answers.
And maybe this thing came from generation. You know, you are the former generation, all from your parents. You got this thing from your parents. So maybe if I say my story, maybe it will teach somebody there. You will look for help. You will not be afraid to look for help. You will go for, you will read books so that you can gain wisdom, so that you can heal yourself. You will go to psychiatrists or these people who know about psychology, so at least you can talk to them, because right now we are in the middle of a pandemic. By the way, the world has not healed, and if yourself you are hurting in your heart, you cannot be able to heal others.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
So when I became a teenager, there is this thing that happened. I was like, I never want to show me my inside, because I think I didn't know myself worthy. So it happened that I met a guy because I was
to cut the story short, did you finish your school? Because you say your mom struggled for your school fees. She had to go to principal to beg, and then what happened? Did you finish your school, or what happened?
I didn't finish my secondary school. I was still in Form 2. When, okay, you know how it is in secondary school, girls are having their boyfriends, not even maybe their boyfriends, their friends.
Yes.
Boys, but they are their friends. For me, I could not fit in. For me, it was so different because I was judging myself. I had fear. I was struggling with self-esteem, and I couldn't even talk to boys. I was so afraid. Like, so it happened to me that I was so lonely. I even, other girls were like, I was a lone wolf. I couldn't even, I was struggling in social gatherings. I was not mixed up with anybody. So it just happened that one day I went somewhere and I met this guy. He was so older
Than you.
because I was 17, he was 25. So this guy, he just liked me. And he was older, and I thought that I needed a mature guy, and I'm better than everyone else, so I need somebody better,
Maybe to take
care
of you.
take care. Yeah, because that care I was lacking it in my family.
Yeah.
The love,
Especially,
I was lacking it in my family. There was nobody to guide me, so I had to opt for this guy. Yeah, and this guy, he was not ready maybe for me because I was so young. I was in school. So I slept with the guy, but
the moment you met this guy, you started dating.
Yeah, we
and
started.
The first date is when you slept with him, or
No,
it took time?
It took time. It took time. And the guy started giving me, like money. So in my home, I remember we used to struggle. Like, even my mommy was not even capable for buying me pads. So I was like, cool. When I got a guy who was even buying me pads. And so I feel like there is a financial security. And somebody who is loving me, because I feel I'm not lovable, because I don't love myself. I don't know myself worthy. I don't know what I want. I was just confused. And now I realize I was a bright person.
So this guy was so helpful for you.
Not for long, because I became pregnant. I went for the next date, and he insisted that we sleep together. So I became pregnant. After I became pregnant, the guy didn't want anything to do with me.
He denied the pregnancy.
Yeah, he denied the pregnancy, and when he denied the pregnancy, he said I had to go back home. When I went back home, my mom, I was still in school, don't forget. So I went back to school, and one day I was like, we were told to go get school fees. So I went back home. I was so active, I was so hardworking, and my mom just got home and I was sleeping. So she asked me, why am I sleeping? I wanted to be fed. There is dish to wash. There is even shaba to cultivate. So I had to explain to him, I'm okay. I'm not feeling well.
Now this is your mom who is telling you all these things.
Yes.
But you are feeling sick. So, I mean, you are sick, yeah?
Yes, because I'm sleeping.
But
I'm lazy.
At the moment, she don't know if you're pregnant.
Even me, I don't know if I'm pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah, at that time, I haven't even gone to the guy.
What?
Yeah. I don't even know if I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
So I had to go to mommy. Mommy had to tell me that there's nothing you're going to do. I know I have seen your behavior of late, so let's go to the hospital.
So she had.
Yeah. So we went to the hospital. And when we went to the hospital, it was positive. And I had the doctor say to him, when you get home, just beat her well. I knew my mother. She was so strict. She could beat you, like even eat you. She was so strict. So she told me, when we were coming out of the hospital, she told me, see your result. So I saw my result.
What,
and then
sorry, what came into your mind the moment you heard the doctor saying she's pregnant, she's positive?
Now I said, yes, this is what I have been wanting. I want to be a wife. Yes, I want to be a wife. I want to be loved. So we will go and live, the mind of every teenager. You will be like, yes, this is what I want. I want to be a wife. I want to be loved.
But,
and I want to live ever happily, ever after.
But you are still in school.
Yes, I don't want to continue.
Oh,
if this guy can love me, then I'm okay.
You didn't want to continue with the school.
Yes.
So the moment you heard you're pregnant,
Yes.
you're like, wow, I want this because I want to be a housewife.
Yes.
Wow.
I want to go, be loved, and then I see for me, myself, I'm telling myself, he will love me forever.
Wow. So you had that...
Fairy tale, the things that we always hear, we see it in the movie.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I get
you know. So I ran away.
Really?
I left my mom. She gave me 50 bob for a soda. I ran away. I went to the guy. And when I went to the guy to tell him that I'm pregnant, he told me not to ever tell even my parents who he is. But I have to go back to school. So I went back and I told my mom, because I am open. For always I have been open.
Your mom.
Yeah, so I told her that this is the guy, we can go. And she told me, if you really want to go back to school, you have to show me the guy. I told her. I told her.
Yeah.
And we went back to the guy. We found the guy, but we did not go to his house. We found him in he was a driver, matatu driver guy. So you can imagine. And you know what he said? We went. He said that we are there sitting, me, my mother, and the guy.
Yeah.
He was asked, do you know Lydia? Yes, I know her. And I have always struggled. I have always struggled with the what do I say it? I've struggled with my self-worthy. So I felt I'm not worthy. So at that time, I was even lying to the guy, the name. I did not tell him the name. So he was surprised to hear that my name is Lydia.
Oh, you didn't tell the guy the real name?
Yeah, so I lied.
You lied your name?
Yeah. So this relationship was made like it was a lie. It was all a lie.
Yeah.
So when he was asked, do you know Lydia? He said yes. And do you know he's carrying your baby? He said no. Because the last time I was with Lydia, it was a long time ago. So maybe this pregnancy is for elephants. He said that. Can you imagine? He said that. And today I'm not even ashamed of my story. I love my story.
Wow.
Because that is what shaped me.
Yeah.
And that's
Very
why
true.
I am here
Very
now.
true.
So I want to say that when we went back home with my mom, and she told me, don't worry, concentrate with your education, and I know you will make it. And I was like, okay, let's go back. We went back. I went back to school, and I remember that even my principal didn't even notice about the, but at that time, it was on August or September. So when I went back to school, the next year now, when I was almost expecting the baby, it was on April that the teachers started to noticing that there is something. So one teacher, we were attending a curriculum game, and she told the principal that this girl might be pregnant. So the principal had to call me and to ask me questions. And when he asked me, I told him the truth. The pregnancy was 8 months at that time. So you can imagine. And he told me, Lydia, you have to tell me the truth. If not, I will take you right now. You will enter my car. We will go into your house. I will tell your mother, and you will never come back to this school again. So I told the principal what happened.
Yeah.
And he told me, Lydia, don't worry. I know there are so many girls here who have aborted.
Yeah.
But you
have
decided
decided
to keep the baby.
Yeah.
So this is your product. And one day, one time, you will remember what I'm telling you.
Very true, very true.
So I had to go. And he told me, it's 8 months now.
Yeah.
So May it will be 9 months. Yeah. So you will be giving birth May. Yeah. Go deliver your baby and come back to school. That's what I did, and I went home. I got my baby. It was a day school. It was not a boarding. And after that, my mom took me to a boarding school. But I'm telling you.
So after you delivered your baby, you went back to school, yes. But not the same school.
Not the same school.
Oh, so she took you to a boarding school.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that now, it was a sponsored scholarship.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was sponsored, and it was good, but I was struggling still with my self-worth, my self-esteem, and my values. I never valued myself. I was like, I was filled with fear.
Okay, let me ask you, let us go back just a little bit, yeah? So when you had this report that you are pregnant,
yes,
you are like, wow, I want this because I want this guy,
yes,
he will be my husband.
Yes.
And now you went to the guy refused. He don't want anything to do with you because he thought that the pregnancy was from the elephant.
Yes.
Yeah? Now, how did you take it? Because you are not expecting something like that.
Oh my God!
How did
I was torn to pieces. I was torn to pieces, and I think that too. I took it like, I don't know. It hit me like, I don't know, like a bomb. Because I never expected that from a fellow human being. Yeah. And right now I'm struggling with self-pity, self-esteem. I don't know my well-being. And then somebody else came and hit me with something like that. I was down, and now I'm pulled down again. So it was like I was full of bitterness because I was hurt. So full of unforgiveness. And I didn't even have time to work on my healing. And then this comes. So I was like down. Even when I went to school, still I didn't change my behaviors, and I even wanted more sugar daddies.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. We will take a break and you will hear from Lydia what happened next.